Welcome to 110th grade reads Confucius. Let us begin, shall we? So, of all of the world's philosophers, Confucius is perhaps the best known, by name at least. He is certainly the most misquoted, discounting, of course, the innumerable witticisms starting with Confucius, he say, few, if any, of which are genuine, actual Confucius sayings. Even one of saying most people are confidently attribute to him is not his. A journey of 1,000 miles may well start with a single step. It wasn't his. But it was Lazoy who made that observation, not Confucius. Nor, contrary to common assumption, is Confucianism really a religion. It's a system of social, moral, and political and ethical philosophy whose originator has, by some, been raised to divine status. But he ain't no Jesus, you know. Its enduring significance across Chinese history has been on social, political, and bureaucratic organization rather than religion. Confucius's family and personal name was Kong Qi, and his official date of birth is 28 September 1551 BC. This fell during the period of Chinese history known as the Spring and Autumn Annals, and named after a work considered until the 20th century to be one of Confucius's own. His editorship of is now generally discounted, as indeed his involvement with other four books that together traditionally form the canon of Confucian literature, the five classics. Nevertheless, the belief in Confucius' ownership of the foundation of Chinese literature has profoundly influenced the development of Chinese society and culture. Confucianism may, in some ways, be seen as an antidote to traditional religion, since it relies on the interaction between humans rather than the intervention of God or gods. It proposes five constants and four virtues. The five constants are Ren, benevolence, Yi, righteousness, Li, correct observance of the rites and ritual, Zi, knowledge, Xin, integrity. Well, freaking crazy. The four virtues are Zong, loyalty, Zhao, filial piety, Ji, restraint, and Yi, righteousness. Again, so being righteous is quite important, obviously. A just society may be found where the ruler and ruling class follow these principles in regard to themselves and their subjects. In essence, it is a human and humane doctrine, but its emphasis on orthodoxy all too easily became sterile and rigid when it applied to the bureaucracy of imperial China. The Analects, translated here, is a compilation of the conversations and discussions between Confucius and 22 of his disciples, as well as a record of some of the events in his life. It was compiled by followers of Confucianism during the Warring States period, which was 475 to 221 BC, and its Chinese title, Lun Yu, means edited conversations. Its structure and contents mean that it is not just an articulation of Confucius's social and political philosophy, it's also an intriguing portrait of the man himself. Although Confucianism has acquired an unsympathetic image of rigid attention to process and hierarchy, reading the Analects reveals that the underlying optimism and humanity is at its heart. The translation reproduced here is the most famous English version of the work by renowned Scottish scholar and classical Chinese James Lay, born 1815, died 1897. So we will start on this next in chapter 1 tomorrow.